Okay, I told you I was going to show you how. I'm going to show you how. So this cute little snazzy thing is just to help me work with the nails. I use press-on nails. I fell in love with them. I have a fixation with them. They're my new obsession, but I like to decorate my press-on nails. So I purchased press-on nails, and the way that they come in this particular pack that I got was they come in strips. So this is the strip that I got. This is the color we're working with. You can see it's that mauve-y, a little more on the plum brown side, but it's that mauve cat eye. So I have my magnetic nail board that I work with, and then I add a little glass tack so that my nails stick. So I'm going to take the nail tip and I'm going to face it tip facing me. So I'm just going to press that onto the glass tack, and I've already chosen the sizes. So I already sized these, and I'm placing them. This is my right hand. I've already done the left hand. Now I'm doing the right hand. Okay, so now they're on there, and there we go. Okay, so what I'm going to be working with are just a few simple products. And actually, I missed a step on the other hand, so I'll have to go back and do that. Okay, so I'm going to be working with, let me pull the products out. The first one is foil nail glue. The second product I'm going to be working with is nail foil. This is the nail foil. This is the strip that it comes in. I just cut off a small portion. So I'll have to cut off another portion because this won't be enough. So we've got the foil nail glue, the nail foil. Then this is the metallic gold paint I'm going to use. And then I'm going to be using the Sculpture nail gel. And then these fantastic nail jewels. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. And this was the nail foils, the animal print nail foils. They came together. Such a great selection of nails. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing we want to do is we're just going to kind of shake up the nail foil glue. And because this nail foil glue dries so tacky, I'm not going to use a base coat. I'm just going to use this. So I go in and I just start coating my press-on nail. Now these press-on nails, they're just a simple plastic, okay? They're not fancy, they're not expensive. In fact, pretty much everything I'm going to be using today can be purchased on, I'm going to say it, write it down, Temu. I know. Some people love it, some people hate it, some people are like, never been there, heard things, not sure. It's buyer beware is what I have to say about it. You know, I don't expect the best, but I know what I'm buying. So everything that I'm going to show you that I've purchased at Temu, I'll be honest about. Like this nail foil glue, it's great. It is great. I don't have any complaints. So it works really well with the nail foils, and it adheres, the nail foils adhere, and it cures nicely. I went back and forth on that one, sorry. So I don't have any complaints about that. So I would rate this one, if we had to give it a rating, I would say it's probably an 8 out of 10. And it came with nail foils. So I think for the nail foils in this, I paid maybe $5. And it was a great deal. Okay, which is why people complain about sites like Temu, because it can put competition out of business because it is so cheap. But my feeling is cut out the middleman. Anyways, so nail foil glue went on there, one thin, simple coat. We're going to let that cure for 60 seconds. And then after that, we're going to go in. I'm going to show you how to apply nail foil. It's so easy and super fun. And then after that, we will move on to the metallic gold, and then we'll affix the nail jewel, and then I'll show you how to apply top coat And a lot of people may think this is obvious and it should be super simple and duh, but polishing your nails or doing nail art looks easy until you get into it, and then it's not at all. And a lot of people struggle because of a steady hand. They feel like they don't have a steady hand, or they feel like they don't have the dexterity for it. So I want to show you a couple of tricks. One of the tricks I use whenever I'm painting nails and I feel like I'm not steady enough is I shoot my pinky out and I use my pinky. My pinky is a great stabilizer, so you might see me do that. So just know that's what I'm doing. I'm stabilizing my hand in order to paint. Okay? All right, so now I'm going to go in with my foil. So the dull side is the side I'm going to press down onto the nail. So I'm going to start here with my pinky, and I'm actually going to pull the pinky nail off of the board. And I think I'm going to do a diagonal pattern. So I'm going to go at a diagonal. I'm going to press down. And I'm just going to kind of smooth it with my finger. And then I'm going to pull up, and voila. We have an animal print. And I like this kind of, I guess you would call that abstract look. I like it. So I'm going to do that again on the ring finger, but this time I'm going to go the other direction. And I'm going to go up a little bit higher, and I'm going to pull up. Ooh, I like that one. That was a good one. And then the middle finger, I'm going to go straight down the center, because I know based on the other hand, this was the finger that I put that big jewel on. So I'm probably going to do that again on that finger, but we'll see. We'll see how these turn out. Maybe I want to do something a little different on this hand. I like to do different things. Ooh, that one came out great. You know what? I don't think I'm going to have to cut off any more of the foil. I think this little square was plenty. I went up higher on the thumb to give it a little different look. Ooh, this glue really holds good, nice. Okay, we got our foil on. Get it? We got our foil on. Yeah, we did. Look at that. I like that. That's fun. It's a really fun kind of abstract look. And I think that this particular pattern really complemented the cat eye color underneath. And I love animal print. So there we go. So we did our foil. I'm going to set this to the side. We have plenty left over for many, many other sets to come. So now we're going to work on using that metallic to kind of draw the outline of our new foil pattern. So we're going to go right in. I love this. This was also purchased through Temu. I believe I got the gold and silver for about, I want to say $2.50. So $2.50 I got gold and silver. Now the thing about ordering products on Temu, some of the products do have to go through customs, so it can take a bit to get them. But when you shop through there, if you do decide to shop through there, you can look for local delivery. They do have local Temu warehouses, and I'm in on the West Coast in California, so I think we probably have several local warehouses where I'm at. The other option is Amazon. I have ordered some supplies off Amazon, not a lot, because I have found that the prices are more. And I'm sorry, not sorry, I guess. I go for the value. I go for the price point these days. So all I'm doing here is very carefully and in short strokes doing the outline, because I like that kind of outline look to my abstract pattern. Kind of looks like it was deliberate, right? And I think it looks fun. I really like it. Okay, so one down, 4 to go. Now, you could stop and cure in between if you're afraid of the paint, your metallic paint, your metallic gel polish, I should say, If you're fearful of it running, or, you know, some people just like to finish one step before they go to the next. I'm not like that. I might cure if I feel nervous that it might drip or anything like that. But for the most part, I'll do all of them and then cure all at once. I don't know. It's just kind of how I am. So a little background on me. I started the nail game, so to speak. I got interested in nails very young. I was 14 when I first got introduced to nail artistry. But I was actually, I shouldn't say I was 14. I was 10. I was 10 years old in 1980. Oh my gosh, the late 1900s. My mom was the first woman on our block to have acrylic nails. And at that time, they were so new on the scene, they were very expensive. And there was very few shops, believe it or not, that did artificial nails. And so my mom had these long acrylic nails, and they had very limited colors. Like, there weren't a lot of nail polishes. Pink and white was not even a thing. And she had always had beautiful mauve or red nails. And my mom one time came home with this cool pattern on her nail, like a swirl on her nail. And I was so intrigued by that. And I was 10 years old, and I remember that vividly. And the name of the place that she went to get her nails done, I will never forget it. It was called No Hammers, Just Nails. Is that not the cutest name for a nail shop you've ever heard in your life? Don't take it, because if I ever open up a nail shop, that's going to be the name. So don't take it. No Hammers, Just Nails. That would really work too, because my husband's a contractor, so I think that's the cutest freaking name for a nail shop. And it was owned by, I believe, I can't remember. I think it was mother-daughter, or maybe it was two best friends. But I fell in love with them. And from then on, I became obsessed with nail artistry and nails. So when I turned 14, I had a little part-time job, and I made enough money to get my nails done. And I'll never forget, one time my dad took me to get my nails done, and the woman doing my nails, I had picked out this nail polish, and it was called Tiki Punch. And Tiki Punch was this vibrant opalescent pink, and it was wild. And the woman asked me, she said, "How old are you?" And I said, "I'm 14. And she said, my dad was sitting in the waiting area of this shop. It was not No Hammers, Just Nails. I couldn't afford No Hammers, Just Nails. I had to go to a different place. And she said, "Well, do you want to ask your dad if he approves of that polish?" I was appalled. And I said, "No, I'm paying for these nails." I remember telling her that. "No, I'm paying for this." And of course, my dad, he was not, I mean, he probably wasn't thrilled with my ghetto fabulous long pink nails, but he was also not one to squash my individuality, because the worst thing I ever did was have long nails. I wasn't too outlandish in my appearance, but I always had long nails. I have lots of pictures of me as a teenager, young mom, young wife with long, fabulous nails. Okay, we got one more to go, and then we are ready to cure. This is so much fun for me. It's very therapeutic, and it's something that I've done off and on for, 40 years. So in 1985, again, late 1900s, I went to cosmetology school, because in those days, you could do it while you were still in high school through ROP, and you would get high school credits. So I did it, and I only went for manicuring, for nails. And I loved it. I loved it so much. And then I became a beauty school dropout. Long story, but I needed to drop out of beauty school. So I did, and I knew enough. I had enough hours that I knew enough theory that I could do my own nails and the nails for my friends and my family. So I did that for years. 4 years. Never charged money, but I did it 4 years. And I always had a connection to the beauty industry. Then, fast forward, after having babies and being a stay-at-home mom and all that stuff, I end up going back to cosmetology school and finally getting my license, and I end up in a salon. And the truth is, there was a lot I loved about doing nails, and there was a part of the business I didn't like at all. And that part of the business really caused me to not flourish and not go much further. And I really, hindsight's 20/20, and I didn't set myself up for success. And I think that really kind of made me realize how important it is to set yourself up for success, because I passionately love nails and love nail art, but because I didn't take the necessary steps to set myself up for success, I think I missed an opportunity. And I don't think that you can ever stop reinventing yourself. I think you can reinvent yourself at any age, at any stage of life. So this sounds funny, but I had this epiphany. Would that be right? Or is it realization? I don't know. But I had this thought when I was going down the rabbit hole of nail artistry today. Okay, so we cured our gold. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It's so... It just doesn't do it justice. It's so cute. All right, so now we're at the fun part. We're going to affix a couple of these jewels on a couple of these nails. And looking at this pattern, so we did the middle finger and the ring finger of the other hand. Okay. Oh, they're sticking. That's because I skipped a step and didn't top coat these. So I got to fix that. Anyways, so I did the ring finger and the middle finger of the left hand. I gotta tell ya, the index finger and the ring finger of this hand are just speaking to me. The thumb also is pretty cool. So, I don't know, but I feel like the thumb doesn't get as much action. People don't notice the thumb as much. I'm going with the index and the ring finger on the right hand. I think those are good winning fingers. Let's go for it. Okay, so to affix these, I'm going to take my stylus and I'm going to use my Sculpture nail gel. Okay, this is great gel if you like to make three-dimensional, like a lot of people are doing, like the curves or making the look of like a bracelet or a ring on your nail. Do a deep dive in nail art and you'll know what I'm talking about. But this gives dimension to your nail. And so I'm going to use it to actually affix these heavier jewels, these three-dimensional jewels, because once you affix it with this and you cure it, that sucker isn't going anywhere. So we're going to use this stylus, but first let's pick out the jewels. I'm going with the kind of this, well, there's a clear one, which I kind of screwed up. I chose a clear, and then I chose this like iridescent, I like to call this Aurora Borealis. I think I just like saying the name, Aurora Borealis. I should have picked the same color scheme, but I have a habit of doing that because I get so excited. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose another clear. Look at that one. That's a pretty one. I'm going to choose a clear one for the ring finger. And let's do that Aurora Borealis. That sounded sexy. For that index finger. And I really like that teardrop shape. It's very cool. I don't want to choose the same exact ones though, but I think that would be okay. Yeah. Okay, so I did get these jewels from Temu as well. This entire set, I want to say, was less than $10. Okay, don't quote me though, but I want to say it was. I'm going to have to look back on it and see, but I really, really like these. They are flat back. They are a heavier one. And I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, what if they pop off? I'm going to be so angry. Well, yeah, you might be, but trust me, I've lost things that are way more expensive. I don't think I'm going to be that upset if I lose one of these. I don't think I will. But I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to lose them because I'm telling you, this gel is going to hold it. So anyways, so we're going to go in here. We're going to take our stylus. And I said the index finger. So we're going to do the index finger first. And this is the one. We're going to put that longer one here. Okay, so I put the gel on the fingernail, and then I'm going to put some on the back of that flat back rhinestone. And then I'm just going to press it down, kind of move it around with my finger till I get it exactly where I want it to go. And then because this gel can slide, I'm going to cure the one that I've already placed before I affix the other one. So that's it. That's all I need to do. Then I'm just going to coat it with a little bit of clear polish and we're done. It's that easy and that fun. So back to talking about me. So realizing that I didn't set myself up for success, I thought about, once I saw all these videos of people showing off their incredible skills with nails and their nail artistry and reinventing myself and not being afraid to reinvent myself, I thought, why couldn't I share my skill along with sharing my knowledge about life and coaching and health and all that good stuff? Why can't I combine my passions? And the truth is, there is no why not. I can still be successful. I can still apply my knowledge, and I can share with you the pitfalls and the things that I learned along the way, right? So that you can be successful, whether it's in a manicurist business or some other business, or if you don't want a business at all and you just want to change the trajectory of your life. So that's why I'm doing all this. Plus, I'm passionate about nails, and I think I can teach you a thing or two. Plus, press-on nails are just fun. Okay, my husband just texted me. I gotta text him back. Hold on just a second. Sorry, this is what happens when you live a life and do something. Give me 15. That's what I gotta tell him. I need 15 more minutes. This won't take us 15 minutes, but I need 15 minutes. Okay. So that sucker's on there. It's not coming off. So we got that one on. Now we're going to put this other one. So you can see that's that iridescent. And now this is that flat clear one. Now, so we have the index on this one. We have the middle and ring on that one. I just want to put these together so you can kind of see our sets. Look at that. These are fun. Okay, so now we're going to put this, and I said I was going to put it on the ring finger, so we're going to do it there. So we're going to take this gel out. Oh, got a little too much, so I'm going to have to wipe this down. Now, the thing about this gel is that if you don't cure it, it stays in gel form. So when I'm done, I'm just going to wipe off my stylus, and my stylus is going to come off clean. And I'm going to wipe the top of the container, and it's going to come off clean as well. I don't need to do anything else. So here I have fixed that. You know what? I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so now we're going to bring in our lamp. We're going to clean this off just with a paper towel. And I have a really bad habit of not putting things away, so I'm trying so hard to get better. It's actually an action step from my therapist. Funny, huh? I think it's funny. Is to really try to put things away and keep things in order. I'll let you know how I do. Sometimes I do great, sometimes not so good. I mean, that's not really the action. It's kind of a combined action step, but that's the part I'll tell you about. And this, I'm just winding the foil back up. I use a pencil to wind it back up. And then I put it back in its spot because I really, really like these foils. These I got on Amazon, and they were a bit more. I want to say these were $7. I'll have to check, but these were a bit more. But I fell in love with them, so I had to get them. Okay, so now we have the right hand done, and we have a jewel on the index finger and a jewel on the ring finger. So now we have our full set. Right hand, left hand. Now I'm going to show you how to top coat the nails we just finished. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my top coat and I'm just going to apply a very thin layer. Now top coat